Hi guys, this is going to be my next vlog. I decided to do it on resources for learning Japanese instead of just starting right off with the lessons, because I'm still debating on how to do that, because I don't want to confuse you guys by starting off with anything too hard, because I don't know where any of you are at in learning Japanese. I'm thinking I'm going to start off with particles like wa, ga, to, and so on and so forth. So I'm kind of creating like a little guide for that, like a little lesson plan for myself, so I can have my thoughts together before I do it, and that way I probably won't be confusing you guys. So on with what this video is about. This video is about resources for learning Japanese. As I said in my introduction video, I used that Genki 1 and 2 books. I'm still on Genki 1, I'm kind of reviewing what I did in high school. What I like about this book is that it gives you like a lot of vocabulary and it's kind of structured and kind of easy to follow. The only thing I don't like about it is, well, it has a lot of vocabulary. It also, like, some of the ones in it doesn't really pertain to the lesson. Like, I don't know why you need to know desk for a trip to Okinawa. And also it starts you off like in lesson 3, I think, with kanji. Now, if I was writing this book, I wouldn't have done that because kanji is really hard. And I think it's most important to kind of just learn like vocabulary and grammar before you start with kanji. But you don't really need to know it to do the book, because they kind of give you training wheels, and below the kanji they'll write it in hiragana. And I also got the workbook for it for Genki 1, and I got the answer key, which goes for Genki 1 and 2. Now, the one thing I don't like about the workbook is it has the kanji written in it and doesn't have a little furigana, which is little hiragana characters underneath it. So you kind of need to know the kanji or flip back to the lesson to know what it's saying if you have the answer right. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a lot of kanji in there. And I also have the CD for it, for Genki 1, because if you know anything about the JLPT exam, which is the Japanese Language Proficiency Test, you know that there's a part of it that's listening, which is very important. And I need to work on that because I miss half of what they say. So that's something I really need to work on. And with Genki 2, you need to know everything from Genki 1 because they have some English written in there, but not nearly as much as the first one. I think like towards the end, I don't think they have any at all actually. Let me see. Kanji, 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 more kanji. Well, they do a little bit, but not as much. So they still kind of have the training wheels on it. As I said in my introduction video, I also use YesJapan.com. I think it's a really good resource. However, if you're just starting to know any Japanese whatsoever, it might be a little hard for you. Like, if I didn't know Japanese, I would probably think it was hard too, because it kind of starts you off in the very first lessons. It's okay, learn hiragana along the way and at your own pace and katakana. But they don't really give you a good resource to help you because there's a certain way you write the characters. You can't just start where you want and end where you want. There's a certain stroke order to them, and they don't really give you that. And some of the ways they explain the stuff can be a little confusing, because if I didn't know it already, I would probably think it's confusing. But if you guys want to try it out and see if you like it, go right ahead, and if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try my best to help. As I said in my introduction video, there's also the website you can go to. I think it's JASO, I think, if you want to Google it to make sure. As I said before, it gives you like all like the tests for like 90s on. And there's like 5 levels to the JLPT exam, but now they cut it down to 4 levels, I think. And 4 is being like the lowest, like very beginning Japanese. I don't know if I could pass that or not. And then 1 is like the most advanced. Like, Japanese, you're pretty much like a native Japanese person, you can speak Japanese that well. So if you want to check that out, I think it's jaso.com, I believe, where it has those. I think. Don't quote me on that. You want to Google it. As for resources that I don't like, I think the one so far is, I think it's called Byakuya. I tried that out, and it's like some of the ways they spell some of the words it's not right. Like konbanwa, which is good evening, it's, if you were spelled like Romanji or English letters, it's Konban, but they give it Komban, and that's not right. And some of the ways they word the sentences, like if you want to say, are you well, which is Genki desu ka, they have like, oh Genki, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's right, and if it is, that's really unnecessary. Maybe really, really formal, maybe. But I don't know. I'm not sure. So that kind of confused me. But if you want to try it, go ahead. And if any of you are advanced in kanji, there's a resource that kind of teaches you more about radicals. And I'm not really good to get into radicals because I don't really understand it myself. But I know there's like 4 or 5 main ones that it gives you. And it also says in the article that Japanese people don't even know all of them, so it makes you feel better. If you're like really struggling with that, just know that Japanese people don't know all the radicals either. It's like 4 or 5 main ones, and they kind of make like a, I guess like a box, because there's some that go around like the outside. There's some that like overlap. So it'll be like this one, and then this will be a different name, and if that's not confusing, I hope I didn't confuse you guys. I think it's at JapaneseAbout.com, I think, and I think the article is written by like an actual Japanese person, so I think it's right. That's kind of it for the resources. I have not even come close to looking at all the resources, so if you guys have found any and you want me to check it out and see if it's good or not, you know, let me know and I'll do my best to help. Like I said when I started the video, I think I'm going to do particles next. I think that's kind of the best place to start, and I'm going to be making like a lesson plan so I'm not confusing all you guys, and I'll try to keep the examples simple because it's kind of impossible to explain particles without giving you an example sentence. So I'll kind of try to keep the sentences simple and not confuse you guys. But for now, I think that's all. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment and I'll try my best to help you guys. So until later, Jane.